Hello and welcome. I'm Lily Kim and you're watching AAN News. In a city as colorful as it is, Chicago couldn't go without celebrating one holiday that a fifth of the world partakes. Our Elaine Lowe takes us to Chinatown for its 24th annual Lunar New Year Parade.
Say, what'd you like about the parade, the lions? Happy Chinese New Year! When we're back in the old country, there will be an offering, a human sacrifice. But we no longer do that. Orange, lettuce, representing green, gold, prosperity. The giving of the red to where it goes.
So, and I love the red envelope. Happy New Year, everybody.
Some of Chicago's legal community collaborated to celebrate the Lunar New Year. AAN takes you downtown to Thai restaurant Sing Ha.
恭喜发财，大家好。我的红包在哪? Happy New Year, everybody.
Continuing the celebration of the Year of the Pig, different bar associations of Chicago came together to celebrate.
Tonight's event was sponsored by the Chinese bar, the Korean bar, the Indian bar, Pakistani bar, and the Asian American Bar Association.
It was an invitation for law professionals and students to network, eat, and to bring in the good luck for the new year. The Lunar New Year works on a different calendar.
It's a lunar calendar, so whereas the Anglo calendar is on a solar calendar, it changed it.
Other countries such as Korea, Vietnam, Mongolia, Nepal, Thailand, and the Philippines also partake in the festivity. Those born in the Year of the Pig will have a lucky one, but the rest of us, we're in for a rough ride. Feng Shui master Raymond Lowe warns us to expect epidemics, disaster, and violence in much of the world. He also adds that pig years can be turbulent because they're dominated by fire and water, two conflicting elements. A Malaysian Feng Shui master agrees, but advises to eat healthy and to take care of your well-being. Few Chinese seem to be worried as 1/5 of the world's population celebrated the Lunar New Year. More predictions say the economy will continue to boom, but to be cautious with investments. In Chinatown, the violence has already begun and police have some businesses in the neighborhood under close surveillance. With bar fights and illegal alcohol distribution, these places could go out of business. When the sun goes down, restaurants, bars, and clubs are the hot spots in Chicago's Chinatown. But when the night gets darker, these places get more dangerous.
They tore up the plates and cups, everything was thrown and fighting and...
Because they got all kinds of tools, knives, they got knife, hot water, teapot, they use those, one guy last time do the teapot at someone.
Just recently, many of Chinatown's restaurants began operating 24 hours around the clock. These places have now become hubs for late-nighters, many who've already been drinking and are getting out of control.
What had happened was the one girl had a fur coat and the other girl peed on her fur coat, which is crazy.
For one nightclub to remain unnamed has already had 2 incidents this month.
So I had a big fight in there and tore up the place again.
What's also adding to the problem, restaurants are serving alcohol without being licensed, serving alcohol after unpermitted hours.
But since this place is open 24 hours, nobody's watching them.
Most of the Korean bar and Chinese restaurant, they sell bottles, liquors. You know, it's illegal. But because traditionally, like in Korea, in China, in Hong Kong, when I back in some of the banquet, in Hong Kong, they put a whole bottle right in. That's how they work, but not right here.
And the biggest risk, these restaurant owners are serving to minors.
If they get caught, they're going to pay a big fine.
Once you're involved in lots of trouble, we mark it as a hot spot.
Becomes a public safety issue, and sometime down the road, if they do not become good neighbors, the alderman and the city will seek to revoke their business license.
One Chicago school, 99% Hispanic, is not only teaching students English, but Mandarin Chinese as well. 800 children at Cyrus McCormick Elementary School, located in Little Village, is the first predominantly Hispanic Chicago public school to offer Chinese. McCormick kids receive 25 minutes of instruction 5 times a week. The curriculum not only teaches Mandarin, but of the Chinese culture as well. Chicago Public Schools boast the largest Chinese program in the country, a project directed by Mayor Daley. An ancient legacy found its way to one modern art school every year. The Center for Asian Arts and Media at Columbia College displays art pieces for Chinese New Year. This year, Chinese shadow puppets are brought to light through a partnership between the downtown campus and the Chinese consulate.
Has been around for about 1,000 years, and it began in the farmlands of China. They were used as tools to educate children by way of storytelling.
There's a lot of legends of how it started, but to be honest, I think what happened was someone realized that if you put a lantern behind a leaf or a piece of paper, it would cast a shadow against the wall. And that slowly evolved into something more complex as drying animal skin, dyeing the animal skin to create pigment and color. And then from there, they're able to incorporate these folklores and create characters and whole scenes out of it.
Depending on the region, these shadow puppets are made from cow, ox, buffalo, or horse skin. And if you take a close look at it, these pieces are actually functional at one point. You can see the hinges that allow these puppets to move. They are on loan from the Chinese Consulate of Chicago and will be on display at Columbia College's library until mid-March.
If there's anything to be taken out of this, it's really the partnership that we create with the Consul of China. It's something we do every year, annually. We'll continue to do it in the future, and we bring out people who otherwise wouldn't be connected to Columbia College or even wouldn't even be able to meet the Consul General of China to Chicago. And in that sense, it's a tradition for us at the center.
Ingrid Yanada, AAN News.
Lawmakers want to close websites like MySpace in schools and libraries to protect children from sexual predators. But some say that won't work. And while we'll wait for that bill to pass, AAN's Ingrid Yanada has a quick and easy way to protect your family from sexual offenders.
Sexual assault is not about sex, but a violent abuse of power. At least half of them happen in the victim's home or on the streets and alleys. But now, with the help of the Chicago Police website, you have the power to know if a sex offender lives in your neighborhood. Thousands are raped each year in Chicago. It's no wonder if you want to know who lives next door. That answer can be shocking to some. Sexoffender.chicagopolice.org is the website to go to. Everything is spelled out on the website. Use the map to find what beat you live on. Click on it, and it will bring you to your district page to identify your beat. In AAN's case, we're located on Kedzie and Foster, so we're on beat 1713. Go back to the previous page and choose the beat number from the list and click on the retrieve list to show where do the sexual predators live in the area. Their names, home addresses, and other details are listed on this database made for the public. The police even put their photos up on the website so you would know from whom your family should be protected. Sex offenders that already did their time in prison are now living among us. But their life won't be so free as yet. There are rules to follow. They must live at least 500 feet away from churches and schools, register their home addresses with the police for the next 10 years. And if they fail to do any of these, they're back in prison. Ingrid Yanada, AAN News.
Still to come, get the scoop on entertainment's new Asian faces, and our Ingrid Yunada will reveal some beauty secrets of the East. All up next on AAN. Women can spend thousands of dollars on cosmetics to make their skin beautiful, but one doctor in California says a new way to healthier and wrinkle-free skin is closer than you think. It's right in your local grocery stores, and these beauty secrets blend the best of the East and West.
Western diet says eating the right amount of meats, fruits, and vegetables will give your skin all that it needs. But in case you need an extra boost, try Dr. Ping Zhang's beauty recipe. Ginseng roots are known for its medicinal benefits, and Dr. Zhang says drinking the ginseng broth every day can improve not only your health, but your skin as well. And here's something more luxurious. How about putting on a mask of real pearls? Dr. Zhang says pearl powder contains elements that brighten your skin, and you can make them by mixing the crushed pearls with egg white and honey. You can find these items at Chinese herb stores. But whether or not these remedies really work, I have yet to try it myself. Ingrid Yunada, AAN News.
An aide to the first Asian American state lawmaker is going to be arraigned for a Class E felony. Simon Ting allegedly used his own home address and a business address in Flushing, New York to register voters. Jimmy Meng was the first Asian American state lawmaker who narrowly defeated incumbent Barry Grodenchik. It appears Ting acted alone and without the cooperation of Meng. Meng did not run for re-election and was succeeded by Ellen Young, the first Asian American female assembly member. Chicago elections are Tuesday, February 27th. Remember to go out and vote for your mayor, clerk, treasurer, and alderman. To know more about this year's elections, go to www.chicagoelections.com. The site can tell you where to vote and of the running candidates. In Chinese society, fortune-telling is a respected and important part of social and business culture. I actually ran into one card reader who had some very insightful information to share.
Okay.
Susan Fong didn't see this vision coming, a vision for other people's vision.
It's something that I didn't realize that I had a gift.
Okay.
And what happened is I started realizing that I could see things or know things about people.
Fortune telling is the practice of predicting the future, usually of an individual, through mystical or supernatural means.
Better than, it's the choice of the reader.
I was a bit intrigued by it, so I gave it a whirl. And what did Miss Fong have to say to me? What's the first feeling you got about me? Just as soon as
intense. You're pretty driven. You're pretty high energy.
Which I'd have to agree. Now, some people may be skeptical when it comes to horoscopes and tarot readings, but when I got my cards read, I would definitely have to say that Miss Fong was on the ball. And I'm just going to take the advice and take it as it is. Miss Fong's advice to me.
And so what you have to do is focus on really what you want, completing it, and really focus on what makes you happy. As you decide to step forward, you don't have to know where you're going. The ground forms under your feet as you take each step.
Scientists believe several factors explain its popularity, such as its vague prophecies.
She was able to get a strong gauge on me, just from my body language, for my attitude, really quickly.
Fong admits she uses body language for her calculations.
I started realizing it's about language.
To get your fortune told by Miss Fong, reach her at fongmoon@core.com. Rumor had it Westerners were going to have to pay more than the Chinese for tickets for the 2008 Olympics, but that has all changed. Beijing Vice Mayor said if Chinese and Westerners were charged differently, it wouldn't honor the Olympic spirit. More than 7 million tickets will go on sale this year. Seats for the opening ceremony will start at $22. 60% of all tickets will be less than $13, with the cheapest at $4. Discounted tickets are offered to students for 65 cents for the preliminaries and just over $1 for finals. Asian male performers are not the stereotypical job, but there are quite a few of them in Chicago. And there's one Korean man who is not only breaking these stereotypes, he's creating new ones that may get him to Broadway. His name is Kwon Max Chung, and this is his story.
A Korean man walks into a bar. He must sing karaoke.
It's not easy to be a pioneer, and Kwon Max Chung wants to be the first to test the waters.
There really hasn't been Asian male cabaret performer in this city, if anywhere that I know of.
Chung has been on the spotlight for a while. Secret Asian Man is his first cabaret at Devonport's Piano Bar on Chicago's North Side.
Secret Asian Man, secret Asian Man, they're giving you a time slot and mispronounce your name.
The show is about me, not necessarily struggling, but making my way as an Asian male performer.
The youngest of 4 kids in a Korean family, Chung says he got to be the artsy one.
I'm kind of the black sheep on the last of 4 kids, and so that's the only way I got to be an actor. You know, my oldest brother was a doctor, hands down. My second brother is a lawyer and a directing vice president with a very, big corporation. My sister runs her own business, so it was kind of, what could I do that was mine, that I could do that had my tag on it.
And despite his family's warning that acting isn't a steady job, Chung pressed on. His next performance will be this Wednesday evening at 8 inside Devonport's Piano Bar and Cabaret, hoping someone someday will take notice of his talent and get him to Broadway.
I smile, I grin, when the last with a touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for a pastor when just one more egg. The side of a wise girl for me. The side of a wise girl for me.
Ingrid Yanada, AAN News.
In movie news, if you've been waiting for dynamic duo Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker to do it again, you don't have to wait much longer. AAN has this trailer for Rush Hour 3.
Over the centuries, France has been conquered by the Romans, attacked by the British, defeated by the Germans, and divided by revolutions. But next summer, France will be invaded by a force like no other. Directed by Brett Ratner.
One Korean-American star seen on NBC's Golden Globe-nominated hit drama Heroes, James Ki-sun Lee, is due for a short film. Lee plays a Japanese man who falls in love with a black woman. Exploring issues of race, friendship, love, and the globalization of hip-hop culture, this is a romantic comedy for a new generation. This is Akira's Hip Hop Shop.
Easy Lee, Enjoy Records, 1980. You know, that's the first rap album ever to use guitar. I mean, I used to be a DJ, came out to be a producer. It's all about the people, Jay. Find what they want, and sell it for fair price.
So, how much does it pay?
You looking for a job?
I'm definitely.
Assistant? So what are you down with the brown sugar?
You love every Japanese girl you meet. I can't like one black girl.
なんで恥ずかしい思いをさせてくれたんだ。
俺恥ずかしいことなんて何もしてないよ。
Look once, look twice, so nice, and maybe she won't ignore you on the double tap. Looks like you got some moves to make.
You are my boss.
Is what you think I'm your boss? I hear you could work and still dream. It's not like that in Japan.
Don't have to lose your shop and your girl.
With my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me.
Thank you for choosing AAN, your Asian news leader. If you have any story ideas or would like to write us, email us at AAN41Chicago@AOL.com. Catch a rebroadcast Tuesday mornings at 8 and tune in next week where we'll reveal the truth with the Vietnamese Association of Illinois. I'm Lily Kim. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.